Hey there guys and gals, it's LJ. Let's tinker and play. Today, what we're going to do, we're going to start this project. I cleared out this space right here in my garage, and we're going to take this wood right there, that wood. We're going to take those tools and we're going to make a nice storage shelf here, slide-in storage and shelf for these awesome 27-gallon totes that we got from Lowe's. And I've seen people do this before and they've showed pictures of it, but the video I'm going to do is like start to finish. But I'm going to show you the process of what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use 2x4s. I'm actually going to use 2x3s and 1x2s. 1x2s for stability, and the 2x3s, it's a little bit cheaper and it's still sturdy as long as you put it together. So let's get started with this build. But before we do, don't forget to like this video already, because I know you're going to like it. Go and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future Tinker and Play videos where we just go around doing whatever the heck it is we do, record the outcome, and let you, the viewer, decide if you like it or not. Hopefully you like most of it. But let's get started with this build. So I did lie a little bit, said I wasn't going to use 2x4s, but I'm actually putting these two 2x4s that I have, and they're about, I think, 10 to 12 footers. I'm putting those on the ground, one in front, one in back, to kind of help with the there's a little uneven spot in my garage. So I'm going to start this as my base, these big guys right here, and everything else is going to be 2x3s and 1x2s. So let's get to measuring these 27-gallon buckets, these totes over here. I want to know the full lip of these totes here, the full width. So I got to do it with the lid on. So with the lid on, we see we're just kind of right there at 20 inches. I'm going to build a spot on each of the up and down, the vertical sides of this shelf. I'm going to build a couple shorter 2x3s, cut them down so that this right here, this lip on here, the tote, each individual tote, there's 12 here right now, but each individual tote can actually slide in on that. So let's go ahead. We got 20 across. Let's see how up and down it is. Let's see the vertical height of these things. All right, we pull this thing out here to see that the vertical height is roughly 14 inches. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that, do like 15 and a half inches, because there are these ridges, these right here that go up, these ridges that make it a little bit taller. And then down here, we have this ridge down here at the bottom of these totes that make it a little taller. So let's go ahead and get some 2x3s up and start getting these things together and start building our first tier here, our first tower of shelves. Before we can fully get started, I've got to measure the front to back length of these things as well, so I know how deep to make my shelving unit here. So right there, it's looking right around 30 inches. I'm going to probably bring it out to 31 to 32 inches, give myself some play so I can make some of those braces on the back side of this to make this thing more stable. Let's get building. So I grabbed a couple of these 6x2s right here. I have a couple of these of this length, and I'm going to cut out 31-inch pieces here to go on the ends to start this build. I've got the 4 guide holes going. Let's go ahead and get these screwed in, do the other 3 sides, and start building this sucker from the ground to the top. I'm using 3-inch screws here. Should nicely go through this 2x4 into this 2x6 without going all the way through. All right, I have gotten all 4 of these sides done. We flipped it over. Now let's start building these 4 corners. So I'm just going to build this sucker 8 feet tall with that top board going across the top and these boards across the bottom. Whatever happens, happens. If I got a little gap between the top part or the bottom part of for my totes when I put them in here, I'm okay with that. I don't care about that little extra dead space. I don't want to have to do all the cuts. I just want to build this up to the 8 feet tall marker, or just a little bit above, with this extra 2x4s and 2x6s on here, and then that's all we're going to do. So let's get to build these 4 corners. Okay, so I got all 4 of these corners up. Now let's start adding some other pieces to those for the shelving unit. All right, guys and gals, my wife has waited long enough for me to do this project. So I wanted to get at least start going on one tower to give her a look of what this could look like. So let me just kind of pause what I'm doing here so that I can kind of show you what I've done so far with my plans on building this. Let's take a closer look at what we've done down here. So as you can see at the very bottom here, I've got the 2x4, then I got the 6x, I think it's 6x2 that's sitting there underneath that black and yellow tote, and then I got another 2x3 going up front and back, and then I put a 2x3 here and a 2x3 there. So then I decided I'm going to go ahead and take one of my 1x2s and we're going to go across this way, give about a 1/2 inch or so clearance right there, and we're going to go across all the way out that way. We're going to do one row at a time here this way. I wanted to show her what it's going to look like, and you see I split a couple pieces of wood. It's no big deal. We just had to change drill bits and get a little bit bigger guide hole there. No big deal. As long as you don't overdo it and don't try to mess with it, you can still use that same piece of wood. It still holds. It's got 2 screws in the front, 2 screws in the back. That's what I try to do. I try to get a couple screws at each connection point to make this thing as strong and sturdy as possible. Now let's go ahead and line these up and start stacking some more of these rows. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that back part too. Put one of these 1x2s across that back part there to stabilize that and get that like more lined up so it's level. That's right. Keep your level with you. That way, as you're going, you check your level, and you don't want to get too far off level. A little bit's not going to hurt you, but you start getting a lot off there. You're going to notice it at the end. It's not going to look right, and some of these things will not fit right. So let's get back to this build some more of these rows, and I'll stop intermittently and let you know what I've done, and then let's see what this finished product is going to be. Go ahead and hit like on this video if you like what you're seeing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell too so you don't miss out on any future projects that we do here on Tinker and Play. I mean, that's what we do. We tinker and play. We're not professionals at anything. We just, take things, projects we want to do, like you've seen animatronics and pneumatic devices that I work with, and tons of decorations and everything, and lights and Christmas and holidays and collecting and all that stuff. We just do that stuff our way. So if you like what you see, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Let's get this sucker finished. So I got this little part down here done, so I wanted to show you how this slides in and out quite nicely. You don't even need any rollers or anything on there. You just kind of get yourself enough clearance on this thing, so it just kind of slides there nice and snug. We got a little bit of room underneath. We got a little bit of room on top, at a 1/2 inch or so, all fairly level, and there we go. That's the first one. Let's get a whole freaking tier done here. Hey there, guys and gals. I'm over here. I'm just putting the finishing touches on my first tier over here before I go all the way over here. It looks like my first row, first level, first tier, whatever you call it, is going to have 5 areas to put these storage bins, which I thought was only going to have 4, but I was able to actually get 5 pieces in here. So the 5th one's going up here. I'm finishing up this, and I'm going to put this top on here to stabilize this thing a little bit better and make it more, more level. I'm still measuring all these other pieces over here to make sure they're level and everything. I have a limited amount of room over here in my garage, and I actually made this thing way big, probably one like stack or one tote height bigger than I should have, but that's all right. I'm going to have more storage, and I'm just going to work with it. Get these. I got 2 10-foot 2x4s I'm going to put across here after I'm done with this next level here. That way this will stabilize really well, and I can just zip through these other levels and rows of tote bin storage areas. All right, let's get back to it. All right, guys and gals, so I got this shelf here finished for those black and yellow totes from Lowe's. These are 27-gallon. These are pretty big. These are pretty big totes, and they sell them actually pretty cheap. I think they have for like $11 a piece. Now, I thought I was going to make 5 rows, but I ended up stopping short at 4. Kind of cut off the extra. I'm going to make a bench out of that extra wood. But I'm pretty happy with it. We got to buy a few extra totes here to fill it out. But before I do all that, I think I've found other utility for this thing. On top, I had some space between the top of it and the ceiling, so I put some stuff up there. And until I can get some extra totes, I've actually got some stuff stored there in the very back side there. But let's go in a little bit closer just to show you what each little square is made of. I'll speak about my measurements as well. So down here, as you can see, we've already made a little label here for one of our things. But my wife's got the Cricut machine and all that stuff, computer program. She's going to go ahead and make me some professional stickers for this, for our storage stuff to put on here, the labels. Once we get all this stuff set up and we actually know what we're going to put in here. And I see that I split a piece of wood. I think I went over that earlier in the video. Put another extra screw in there and it's fine. These are holding in great. I just put a couple extra stabilizing pieces of wood, top, bottom, and the back. Just give a little bit more stability. But each one of these sections uses a 2x4 at the bottom, 2x4 at top, 2x3s with each row right there. And then I basically just used what I was going to use for my prop making wood for Halloween. I'll have to go buy some more, but these 1x2s across here, and I actually cut the 1x2s to go back to hold this thing up, because I saw someone else in a video use like the more expensive wood, the 2x4s and 2x3s to do that. And I was like, well, I'm trying to make this on the cheap, and this does just as well. It holds them in there. This is completely full. This one's full of my spray paint and some other things in here, and it slides in pretty darn good. I'm very happy with that. Really, the measurements for me, it's 20.5 inches from this side to here. And then, so that's 20.5 inches right here on each square. And each side is 14 inches up to the top of this one. So that's from here to here is 14 inches. So from here to here is 14 inches and all the way across each side. I do the same thing, did the same thing on the back. And, put in a couple screws there. Drill your guide holes for sure, because you will split this wood if you do not. There's some things with 2x4s and things you can get away with that, but on this project you can't. You will split wood. The one time I tried, I split the wood, but I wasn't going to drill something else. If that gives me some fits, I can just pull that out and cut myself an extra piece. Well, let's go over this piece here that we have holding each one of these lips up. And I think there's like maybe like a 3-inch gap here between this piece right here and each piece I got holding up the lips of this right here. But each one of these pieces that actually holds up these containers so they slide in and out on is between 26 and 31 inches long. So depending on where you put your 2x3 here, so if you put your 2x3 in the back, then you're only going to need 26 to 27 inches. If you put it in the front and then you put the other one in the far back, see that one back there, if you put that one in the far back of that base 2x4, then you're going to need to have like closer to 31 inches. Some of them I got 31 inches. As I went along, I decided to put more on the inside, and I shortened my length I had to cut of these 2x1s. Save myself some money, save myself some time, and had some extra 2x1s left over after this project. So that's what each one of these squares is in a nutshell, really. So basically why I wanted to do this project and why I wanted to put it on YouTube is, of course, I want to put every little tinker and play thing that we do, and tinkering around with this wood and making this, and then making this this shelf here, and then messing around with it and everything, just to see what I can actually do, the versatility of this thing. But the real reason why I wanted to do it was because a lot of people go to Lowe's and they walk by these orange and yellow totes and they go, well, for me they're not ugly, okay? They're not ugly at all to me. But some people think that black and yellow is an ugly combination, color combination. You don't want it in your house. So if you don't want it in your house, just take a little time, build yourself a shelf like this. You don't need rollers or anything. You get you some wood, 2x1s, 2x3s, 2x4s, maybe I got some 6x2s down there too. If you got them, whatever you got laying around like that, you can build this thing. You don't have to make it 4 across and 5 high. It can be 4 high, 4 across. If you only have 4 or 5, 6, make you a little small one, put it in the corner, and then go out from there. My plan is to build a workbench over here, and I'll have that in a future video. So I have a workbench over here, just kind of restructuring the garage right now so we can have this storage stuff, because I build so many props for Halloween, and I have so much stuff for Christmas and all that. And you see those in my videos on the Tinker and Play YouTube channel, that I gotta have space for storage. So that's what this is for. If I can do it, you definitely can do it, because I am not. I've always worked with wood and worked with putting things together, but I am by no means a carpenter. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this helps you out, and maybe making one of these for yourself. Make yours better. Tell me about it. Let me know what you think about this shelf in the comment section. Go ahead and hit like on this video. Hit subscribe on this channel. Please follow us for more cool, fun videos we do here. I'm LJ. This is Tinker and Play. This is what we do. We tinker, play, record it, and put it on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss out on future videos. Got a lot coming, especially in 2024 with our Halloween haunt. I'm going to record every step of the way of our Halloween haunt, and there are some cool stuff that's going to be cool content that's going to be added to the channel. So go ahead, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on those videos, and you can be the first one to watch them. Let me know, as always, in the comment section what you think about any of our videos, any of the content. Thank you very much. I'm LJ. I'll see you again real soon. But until then, always tinker and play.